Last night, the Michigan Wolverines opened home action at Crisler Arena against the Grambling State Tigers and used a strong inside game to dispose of Grambling 102-62. Glenn Rice led the way for Michigan with 23 points, and everything went Bill Frieder's way en route to Michigan's 4th straight victory. Today, the Wolverines look to make it 5 in a row as they host the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State live from Crisler Arena, next on Pass. You're looking at Michigan Stadium, home of the 1988 Big Ten champion and Rose Bowl-bound Michigan Wolverine football team. And right next door, just a few feet away, is Crisler Arena, home of the Michigan basketball team, which currently boasts a 4-0 record and is ranked number 2 in the nation. Today, inside this arena, the Wolverines make their season's debut on Pass as they match up against the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State University. A near-capacity crowd is expected for this afternoon's game, and as always, the atmosphere is exciting. Hi, everybody. I'm Larry Osterman. Welcome to this afternoon's game. Realistically, the Wolverines are expected to run their season's record to 5-0 following the lopsided victory over Grambling last night. With me again this afternoon is George Pommy. A 40-point victory is pretty tough to rally the troops around, I guess. But this afternoon it could be at least as bad, I presume.
Well, it's hard to say. At least this team is coming in with 3 wins under their belt rather than 3 losses. And South Dakota State is averaging 78 points a game. So I think encouragingly, at least they won't hold the ball, and it should be another opportunity for the Wolverines to get some of their younger players some experience.
Michigan has shown great depth up front, and it is led by their All-America candidate, Glenn Rice. He's off to a fast start.
Well, he's everybody's All-American, and he showed that out in Hawaii. All the scouts were as impressed as could be with him out there, and they figure he's going to go high in the first round when the draft comes around next year. I think the thing with Glenn is that he seems to improve every year, and I've seen him play since he came here as a freshman, as you have, and the thing that's amazing is you think he's reached his capability, scoring as many points and leading the team in rebounding as he did the Big Ten last year, but he seems to add another dimension each year to his game, and it's just going to be wonderful to watch him to see where he finally winds up.
The championship at Hawaii came at the expense of some very strong teams. These last 2 teams, Grambling last night and South Dakota State this afternoon, are not that strong, but it gives Bill an opportunity to play a lot of players.
Well, and I think that's important right now, especially with the new kids in the program, and he has been very guarded against the fact that with losing Gary Grant last year that the weak position was going to be guard, and Robinson has stepped in and as expected and done a very good job at that, but it's given him an opportunity to play Caleb and also get some experience for Mike in there. So it's, again, one of those things that, you know, the weaker teams give you a lot of activity when those kids are young. So, again, you can chastise the schedule if you want to, but Bill has been, I think, pleased with being able to stay at home this time of the year. And the surprising thing is you look around the country and you see some of the big teams and who they're playing. I don't think Michigan's any worse off in their schedule than a lot of the big powers are.
Should be an interesting ball game. We invite you to stay with us. South Dakota State and Michigan coming up next here on Pass.
Tonight's event is brought to you by Builder Square, where you are guaranteed the lowest prices on home improvement every day. Now 10 convenient Detroit locations. By Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light, it doesn't get any better than this. And by True Value Hardware Stores, for quality selection and personal attention. Make True Value Hardware your store of first choice.
Michigan and South Dakota State, and here is the public address announcer, Howard King.
Gentlemen, good afternoon. We welcome you to the University of Michigan's Crisler Arena for this afternoon's game between South Dakota State and Michigan. Before we have our starting lineup today, I would like everyone to turn their attention to center court. The Michigan Athletic Department would like to recognize the accomplishments of two individuals, both of whom played baseball here at Michigan under Coach Bud Middaugh. First, I would like to introduce former Wolverine and now a member of the Cincinnati Reds. This year was named National League Rookie of the Year, infielder Chris Sabo. And standing next to him, last year's Golden Spikes Award winner, former Michigan All-American pitcher and gold medal winner in the 1988 Summer Olympics, pitcher Jim Abbott. Thank you very much. Both players are in town for the Michigan Baseball Clinic being held at the indoor football building. They'll be signing autographs there today after the basketball game. And now for today's game and the starting lineup, first of all for South Dakota. Starting at forward, a 6'8" junior from Kenyon, Minnesota, number 40, Brian Flom. At forward, a 6'8" senior from Princeton, Illinois, number 50, Bill Cartwright. At center, 6'10" junior from Glencoe, Minnesota, number 44, Cullen Ober. At guard, 5'10" sophomore from Elgin, Illinois, number 20, Tony Matthews. And at guard, 6'6" senior from Hendricks, Minnesota, number 24, Terry Nelson. South Dakota is coached by Jim Thorson. Now the starters for the University of Michigan. Starting at forward, a 6'7" senior from Flint, number 41, Glenn Rice. At forward, 6'10" junior from Romulus, number 52, Terry Mills. At center, 6'7" senior from Rosemont, Illinois, number 20, Mike Griffin. At guard, 6'9" sophomore from Los Angeles, number 24, Sean Higgins. And at guard, 6'2" junior from Cambridge, Mass., number 21, Rumeal Robinson. Michigan is coached by Bill Frieder.
There you have the starting lineups for this afternoon's non-conference game featuring the Michigan Wolverines and the South Dakota State University Jackrabbits. Bill Frieder in his 9th season as the head coach here, the number 2 all-time winningest coach on this campus, second only to Johnny Orr. The officials for this afternoon's game, Phil Robinson, Malcolm Hemphill, and Burl Sell. South Dakota State, as George mentioned earlier, is 3-0 thus far. A second place finisher in the North Central Conference a season ago when they were 21-9. This will be the second meeting between these two teams. The Wolverines prevailed 30 years ago by 40. This afternoon, of course, the Wolverines heavy favorites, but they'll be facing some decent size up front with Ober going 6'10", Cartwright at 6'8", Flom at 6'8", and Nelson operating at 6'6", so there'll be a little size there. Michigan's quickness, however, may be a dominant force here this afternoon.
That plus the bench will be a definite factor. These kids won't be able to stay with them the whole time. Yesterday the game was 13-12, and all of a sudden Michigan just unloaded on them. A little zone to start out the game here for South Dakota.
Higgins from long range, got it.
Pretty close to a three-pointer, but it'll only be two.
John Higgins hits the first shot of the ball game. It's brought down by Tony Matthews. He's the little guy on the club. At 5'10", he's a sophomore from Elgin, Illinois. Off it goes to Terry Nelson. On top it comes to Flom. Over to the right side it goes to Matthews. High post has been set up by Ober. They get the pass to him. His jump shot rolls off and Rice clears. Outlet to Robinson. Lead pass now into the left side of Higgins. And he slows it up as the Jacks get back in a hurry. Rice had a look. Double team. Gives it to Griffin. Cross court. Jumper is in. A three-pointer for Sean Higgins.
You can see, Larry, he's not a bit bashful. Here it is, barely a minute gone and 5 points on the board already for Higgins. Trouble is, at 6'9", he just makes that look like an easy shot no matter where he is. He was almost out of bounds the game last night, somebody told me, and still put it in there.
Turnover. Mills off to Rice. Got it. Wolverines running their fast break to perfection. Michigan operating without Mark Hughes this afternoon, sidelined with a pulled Achilles tendon suffered in last night's game against Grambling. Inside it goes to Ober, and he is fouled by Higgins. First personal of the ball game. Cullen Ober, a junior from Glencoe, Minnesota, slowed down a bit last season, suffering a preseason fall from a silo and lost a lot of playing time early.
See here again, Ramil getting the ball up pretty quickly on the wing to Mills, and for a guy 6'10", does an excellent job of finding the open Glenn Rice streaking to the basket.
Cullen Ober hits the first of two. He has scored a high of 20 this season, is averaging 15 in the first three outings. Perfect at the free throw line. It is 7-2 Michigan. Ramil Robinson brings it down the floor for the Maize and Blue. Higgins on top, stops the dribble, gives to Griffin. Rice inside. Mills tried to get it to Griffin, lost it, goes out of bounds. It'll be South Dakota State's ball.
Tough pass, bouncing in the middle of that zone. Awful hard to get it to your man when you do that.
South Dakota State operating without last year's leading scorer, Randy Suarez, who suffered an early season shoulder injury, has not played so far this year. And underneath it goes, and it's laid in by Brian Flom. 7-4, Michigan in front. Rice to the corner. Mills looks inside, tries to back his way in. Bounce pass to Rice. Missed the shot. Tips to the rebound to Ober. And the Jacks bring it up the floor. A change of pace by Matthews.
South Dakota State really packing that zone in there. They almost look like they're playing a 1-4 out there, and big guys all on the baseline, not to give Michigan second opportunities if they can.
Robinson goes high to get the missed shot. One-on-one, takes it to the right for a jumper. Got it.
If you noticed, Larry, he was right up there with the 6'10" Ober on that rebound. Went right over the top of him.
He really can get off the floor. 9-4, Michigan in front. 17-16 left in the opening half. Matthews inside to Ober, puts it up and in. Cullen Ober with an uncontested lay-in. 9-6, Michigan's lead down to 3. Rice to Mills. Jumper partially blocked. He is fouled by Brian Flom, his first. So Terry Mills will go to the free throw line for the University of Michigan to shoot two.
A little bit of a cheap one. Slapped him on the hand there.
Mills, a junior from Romulus, 6'10", 230. Higgins steps in, and Matthews moves out on the left side of the lane. Matthews swapping spots, goes to the right as Mills gets ready for the first of two. Well, Mills converts, and it's 11-6 Michigan, and the Wolverines show full court pressure. We'll see how the Jacks can handle it. Matthews, a pretty good ball play handler, a sophomore from Elgin, Illinois. Little guy at 5'10". Terry Nelson out front to Flom. Jumper on its way. Rolls long. Tipped into the air. Griffin grabs it for Michigan. Outlet to Robinson. Mills at the baseline. Double team. Kicks it out to Robinson. Can't get the shot launched. Nelson right with him. Griffin to Rice at the baseline. A fake, and he is called for traveling.
Oh, tough call. Good ball movement by Michigan. You see that break. You're going to see that from Michigan a lot. Really not what you'd consider a fast break, but Robinson brings the ball up himself and watch for the transition situation to occur with the bigger players filling the lanes.
Michigan in front by 5. We're nearly 4 minutes into the ball game. Cartwright from outside. Big Bill Cartwright, the senior from Glencoe, Minnesota, gets his first basket of the day. 11-8, Michigan. 4 minutes gone. Higgins to Mills. Mills triple team, kicks it out to Robinson, open, and got it. He was just inches away from a three-pointer, but he cans the two-pointer. He has 4 points. Michigan leads by 5.
Shooting almost 70% from the field, and that 2 shots he's taken so far have hit nothing but the bottom of the net. Just a real pretty picture-perfect jump shot.
Nelson cross court to the corner. Cartwright connects. Well, the Jacks are matching the Wolverines basket for a basket at the moment. It's 13-10, Michigan in front. Griffin to Robinson, big fake, moving into the lane, deals it off to Mills. He slams and it'll go to the line. Terry Mills got up so quickly and slammed it through.
Watch this shot here again. This all happens against that zone from the penetration. He gets the player off his feet, goes inside. Everybody's got to come after him because he can score on his own. And again, Mills being so strong, getting up there at 6'10", gets the three-point opportunity. That's the way you need that big guy to go to the basket. It's either going to be 2 or 3.
Terry Nelson hits with the personal foul, his first. And the time has been called on the court. 15-17 left in the first half. The Wolverines are in front by 6. Pretty good shooting percentage for both of these teams in the early going here this afternoon.
Well, Michigan's been well over 60%. They've set school records the last 2 years over 60%. Looks like they could add to that this year. I think the thing that really makes it difficult to guard this second-ranked Michigan Wolverine team is the fact that you have 3 players that are just excellent from three-point range. So even though they're big on the inside, you can't sock in there and just guard them because they'll kill you from three-point range.
Up the floor it comes to Flom. He's double teamed as Michigan continues its pressure. A little change of pace for Matthews, but he can't get free from Robinson. Nelson guarded closely by Higgins. Now Flom moves it off. Matthews top half the circle. 20 seconds left in the shot clock. Under it goes to Cartwright. Shot rolls long, tipped into the air, grabbed by Higgins. 3-on-3. Higgins almost and now does lose possession. Never got a full grasp of the ball and was called for traveling.
I think the problem was he was trying to find Glenn Rice streaking down the right. He saw him, was going to alley-oop that to him. He couldn't throw it early enough because he wanted Glenn to get under the basket. And as you say, couldn't find a handle. I think he traveled as well as double dribbled the ball.
Matthews guarded by Robinson. Across it comes to the right side to Flom. In on the post, and a pushing foul is called on Cartwright. That's what got him open for the pass, his first personal. 3rd team foul against the Jackrabbits.
Terry Mills doing a nice job of fighting around the postmen on the inside, trying to prevent them from getting the ball to him too easy. And Mills is getting a lot of help on the backside by Rice and Griffin at 2 different times there. So if they do lob it in there, they've got somebody guarding him on the backside as well.
A couple of substitutions for Michigan. Loy Vaught, number 35, a junior from Grand Rapids, East Kentwood. And Kirk Taylor, a sophomore from Dayton, Ohio, number 23. Robinson gives to Taylor. He's guarded outside. The Mills underneath the Robinson, puts it up and in. Boy, that was a tough shot by Reveal. And he got it down.
He is so strong on the inside and jumps so well. He really isn't afraid to go underneath and get that ball when everybody's We'll turn it back to Michigan.
And we'll have the first sub of the afternoon for the Jackrabbits. He's number 12, junior from Mitchell, South Dakota. He'll come into the game to replace Brian Flom.
That's the point of the game, Larry, where Michigan really can show their depth and their strength. They come with fresh people off the bench, and you get your starters a little bit tired for the opposition, and those fresh players are able to burn it down the floor on them.
Long range, Higgins scores again. I don't think Sean has missed a shot this afternoon, has he?
No, he hasn't. He just again had his toe on the line. He's just inches away from having all three of those being three-pointers.
Wolverines have doubled the score now. 13.5 minutes left in the first half. Taylor grabs the rebound. Long lead pass for Robinson. Bam! 8 points for Ramil, and the Wolverines lead by a dozen. Robinson 4 for 4 from the floor so far this afternoon.
Kirk Taylor really been a pleasant surprise for Bill Frieder and the Wolverines here early. He's been doing a great job assist-wise, and as you saw in that last rebound he got, he went down there in with the Giants and came up with the ball.
Lead pass, fake for Taylor, puts it up, partially blocked on the floor, grabbed by Matthews. We go the other way, 2-on-1. Matthews pulls up and launches and scores.
Three-pointer.
Tony Matthews' first basket of the afternoon. Cuts the Michigan lead to 9, 22-13. Higgins looking inside. It's not there at the moment. Now he's open for a three-point try, and it bounces long. Foul is called inside, and it'll be on Michigan's Loy Vaught. First personal on Vaught.
Well, he's just so strong on the inside there. I don't think he much did anything but nudge him, but it looks like he's could be a blacksmith. His physique really hurts him at times. Little nudge there, and he knocked the other guy out of bounds.
Second team foul against the Wolverines, who lead 22-13 with 12:23 left in the opening half. Matthews walks it up the floor. Running jump. Not good. Vaught with a rebound momentarily. Now rips it away and gives it to Robinson. High post Mills. Turnaround jump. Rebound taken by Terry Nelson.
Been watching big 6'10" Ober come down the floor, and he is really ambering down the floor. Been a turnaround jumper from about 10 feet, and he is huffing and puffing.
First personal on Terry Mills, the third team foul against the University of Michigan. 11:51 left in the opening half. Cullen Ober will go to the free throw line for South Dakota State.
And it's amazing about Michigan is they're within 4 points of shooting as well from the field as they are from the foul line. I'm sure you'd like to see Michigan improve that free throw shooting a little bit.
Ober now 3 for 3 at the line. 22-14 Michigan. Ober 4 for 4 from the free throw stripe, and time is out at Crisler Arena in Ann Arbor. We have 11:51 left in the opening half. Wolverines are in front by 7.
See Kirk Taylor here coming up on the left wing is going to find Ramil Robinson right up the middle here. Ramil out in front here and goes up and slams it on home. Saw Tony Matthews with a little bit of an idea to try and get the ball, but at 5'10", giving up 4 inches and probably a lot of junk ability, I think he let the reason come in there and said there's no use of hurting myself trying to stop Ramil on that one.
We have 11:51 left in the opening half. 22-15 is the score. Michigan in front. The Wolverines continue with Ramil Robinson and Kirk Taylor in the backcourt. Inside the Vaught for a 15-footer. Got it. Loy Vaught hits his first basket of the afternoon. And the Wolverines can, along that front line particularly, just pull talent after talent after talent off of there.
Vaught shooting just under 73% as Robinson almost steals the ball there. And that wasn't an easy shot. It was about a 12 probably about a 15-footer, little past the foul line.
Matthews backs it away. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Jacobson wheels into the corner for Cartwright. His shot is short. Taylor with a rebound. Here come the Wolverines. Taylor down the middle of the floor. Inside to Rice. He goes in a little deeper and is fouled and gets 2. Then Rice will go to the free throw line to try for a three-point play.
Again, good eyes by Kirk Taylor. He comes up, finds Rice coming in the middle. You watch Rice gets it here. Normally he'd have shot that ball because he's only 8 to 10 feet, but again, he's much more mobile this year and likes to go to the basket a little more than I've ever seen him go before, and I think that's just going to make him that much stronger a player. Hard to guard him when he can hit from three-point range and also move a little with the ball.
Foul was on Cullen Ober, his first. Rice will try for a three-point play. He has 4 points so far this afternoon. Now he has 5. And the Wolverines' lead stands at dozen. That matches the earlier largest lead of the afternoon. Lob up to Ober. Picked up by Higgins. That goes to Jacobson. We're nearing the halfway point of this first half.
Usually pretty easy when you got a guy 6'10" can come up and get that lob pass to break that press.
Nice effort by Ober, but it bounces long. Robinson scrapping for possession, comes up with it, hustles it down the right side, nearly decked by Jacobson, maintains possession. Here's Higgins, and he threw it away. He had Vaught on the left side, fed him a pass, but went wheeling right past him. He probably would have been better off going to the basket.
Well, I think that, especially with Vaught's there, if he misses it, the only guy that's going to get the rebound's Vaught, and he was a little mad at Vaught for that, but I don't think that was Lloyd's fault. The ball was thrown so hard from close distance, he couldn't have caught that if he had a glove.
Matthews, short, rebound, Ober, got it. He has 8 points for South Dakota State. Rice gives to Robinson, cross to Taylor. Inside the Vaught double team, gets the shot off. It is not good, and a rebound is taken by Flom. Here comes Matthews. Matthews pass, oh, tough play, Cartwright scores. Great body control by Bill Cartwright, who got the pair, and Michigan's lead is cut to 27-19.
Again, good transition basket, and you give credit to Matthews for that. He made the penetration with his quickness.
Robinson tries for three and got him. His first three-pointer of the afternoon. The Wolverines lead 30-19.
Boy, he's been just perfect. Nothing but the bottom of the net, Larry, on every one of those shots he's had.
Matthews is open. His three-pointer bounces to the left, onto the floor, picked up by Robinson. 2 on 3. Robinson bounce pass, kicked away by Jacobson. Out of bounds. It'll be Michigan's ball.
Boy, he's just very, very aware of where everybody was on the floor. And he saw Kirk Taylor coming when he was 6 feet behind him. And just a great defensive play there by Jacobson, which avoided another assist for Robinson and an easy basket for Taylor.
Neiman, Tom Neiman, number 14, comes into the game for South Dakota State. Terry Nelson returns. And also coming in for the first time this afternoon is Jeff Boer, who wears number 32. Higgins back into the, Griffin back into the ball game for Michigan. Turnover. Neiman brings it down for South Dakota State.
Terry Mills gets that ball in the middle with all that size in there, and the guards come back and slap it away. He's got to be a little quicker with it. Either turn around and shoot it or get it out to one of his teammates.
Pass intercepted by Rice. Robinson quickly down the floor. Cross court to the corner, saved by Rice. Bounce pass inside. Mills forces it up, but is fouled. Foul will be on Bill Cartwright, his second. And Terry Mills would go to the free throw line, where he's had a good deal of success so far this afternoon. 3 for 3.
Nice pass again on the middle here to Mills. Mills again could have shot it, tries to take it in a little closer and get shot. He's lucky he didn't get a technical here. He grabs the ball after the whistle goes up and dunks it. And I think Robinson, Phil Robinson, the official here, went over and warned him. You do that again, we're going to have to slap you with a technical.
Terry is 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Wolverines up by a dozen once again. If he hits this one, he could give the Wolverines their largest lead, and does. 32-19. Full court pressure applied by Michigan. Long pass up to Cartwright. Cross court to Nelson. Back to Neiman, back to Nelson. Neiman is a junior from Huron, South Dakota. Long-range jumper, rolls long. Knocked out of bounds by Michigan, apparently. I thought Nelson was the man that got the hand on it, but the officials say no, and it'll be the Jackrabbits' ball.
Again, Terry Mills on the inside there. He's got to go after that a little stronger than he did.
Nelson's shot goes long. Picked off the floor by Boer. Out it goes to Flom, and nothing but net.
third time's a charm. Can't give anybody 3 opportunities and expect them not to make it.
Rice's shot bounces long. The foul is called. This will go against Terry Nelson, who is scrapping for possession with Terry Mills. Second personal on Nelson.
Mills again gets trapped on the inside. A good position. He just doesn't come away with the ball. It bounced a little farther away than he expected it to, and this time Nelson gets called for the foul.
Time is out. We have 7:58 left in the opening half. The Wolverines are up by 11. University of Michigan in front 32-21 as we head into the final stages of the first half of play. We have less than 8 minutes remaining.
Easy to see why the South Dakota team did so well in the Division II championships last year. They've got a lot of height, some good players, and are hanging right in here with Michigan.
They have 9 of their 12 lettermen returning from last season, including 3 starters. And Randy Suarez, who's their leading scorer last season, is one of the returnees, but has not seen action yet this season because of a shoulder injury. Here's Taylor wide open, and it rolls off. Grabbed by Rice. He scores, and he'll go to the free throw line. His third field goal.
Ball movement by Michigan, very patient. Finally finding Taylor in there, gets a nice little jump shot from about 13 feet. Misses, and look at Rice go up on the inside. And Terry Mills also battling in there.
Foul is on Brian Flom, his second, and Rice goes to the free throw line.
Got Ober out of there for a rest finally. He played a good 12 minutes here without a rest, and that's probably the reason that Michigan was able to get the rebound again.
Rice now with 8 points, full court pressure for Michigan. Hasn't bothered the Jackrabbits very much so far today. Nelson kicks it back outside to Neiman, who returns to Nelson. He's being guarded by Kirk Taylor. 7.5 minutes left in the opening half. Cartwright is open, feeds underneath to Nelson. His shot is blocked, and the foul is called.
Taylor going to get his first foul on this. Watch Nelson when he bodies in here. Watch him. You can't see him. He's off the screen there, but he just did a textbook job of getting Kirk Taylor out of position there. Really used his body well. He's only 6'6", but really knows what he's doing operating that low post.
First personal on Kirk Taylor. J.P. Osterbond comes into the ball game for Michigan, and he replaces Ramil Robinson. Cartwright has checked out of the ball game for the Jackrabbits, and Jeff Boer is back in for South Dakota State. Terry Nelson rolls in his first attempt at 35-22 Michigan.
That'll be able to take care of this. Either team has yet to miss a foul shot.
Not too bad. (35-23) Michigan in front by a dozen with 7:26 left in the half. Kirk Taylor kicks it back outside to Mike Griffin. Griffin moves in one stride, needs some help, and it's stripped away from Taylor, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Michigan's ball with 28 seconds on the shot clock.
Crowd getting a little rambunctious there, yelling to shoot. The clock's down under 30 seconds for one of the first times for Michigan this afternoon. JP looks like he's in about as good a shape as we've seen him in his career here at Michigan.
Ball stripped away from him by Jeff Boer and brought up the court by the Jackrabbits. In the corner, a jumper by Flom rims in and out. Rice scraps for possession, kicks it out to Griffin on the right. Griffin to Taylor, and he couldn't handle it. Foul is called. Griffin was looking for someone filling the left side, and suddenly Taylor was there, and he was hit as the pass arrived.
Maybe Nelson, good job again by Griffin. Not really a fast break, just waiting for the transition. I thought that Eric actually lost it on the way up there, but he did get slapped. Michigan would have retained possession anyway. A little reverse angle shot here. Mike just watching everybody come up the floor here. Again, Taylor doing a good job of filling the lanes. He lost it early.
Terry Nelson is called for the foul, his third, and as a result, he goes to the sideline, and Bill Cartwright comes in to replace him. Kirk Taylor goes to the free throw line to shoot 1-on-1 for the Wolverines. 36-23, the maize and blue on top with 6:51 left in the half. Well, Taylor keeps the string of successes alive at the free throw line. Pass deflected, knocked out of bounds by Taylor, and they'll be put into play on the near side. Bill Carpenter will toss it in. Michigan using a lot of full court pressure, but it has not been the type that has caused the Jackrabbits any problems. This is sort of a nuisance. Jeff Boer guarded by Griffin. Griffin knocks it out of bounds.
Mike Griffin, always reaching, always slapping, always disrupting the other team. You see him half the time the ball's loose. He's the one that's diving on it for Michigan.
Flom out to Boer. His shot is not good. Tipped in. Basket will not count. Foul is called on Griffin. First personal line, Mike. That's the 5th team foul against the University of Michigan.
Jack's doing an excellent job of rebounding away from the basket. Those shots go up from the baseline. They seem to sneak around the back and are getting a lot of second opportunities.
Cartwright in the corner moves it way outside of Matthews. He backs it away. High post, Ober, turnaround jump is in. 37-25, Michigan in front, 6:10 left in the first half. Taylor to Griffin. Over the top, intended for Rice. It was a little too high for him to handle and goes out of bounds.
I think he was cutting across, expecting the ball to come right to him. Mike was expecting him to go up, and he was more or less of an alley-oop pass that time, and not good communication between the two of them.
6 minutes left in the opening half. The Jackrabbits down by 12. Matthews fakes right, takes it left, gets a screen, moves it off to Boer. Into the left corner it goes to Flom. Ball deflected, picked up by Griffin. Lead pass intended for Rice, intercepted by Boer. They go the other way, one-on-one. Matthews pulls up, passes off. Nice lay-in is good by Brian Flom, who filled quickly on the left wing.
Matthews again doing a nice little job there. Griffin had to come and get him because he'd have shot it.
Mills fakes twice, bounce pass Rice, lay-in, got it. Boy, he goes to the basket so strong. 39-27 Michigan. Matthews got a little daylight, but then was shut off by Taylor. Here's Flom. Long rebound, grabbed by Osterbahn.
Again, that Rice just seems to be so much more improved in that ability to go to the basket, and that's going to cause a lot of defensive teams problems.
Mills down the lane with a running jump, not good, and it is cleared by Osterbahn, but it's stripped away from him by Ober and brought up the floor by Matthews. Matthews' 14-footer is in. Tough shot for Tony. 39-29, South Dakota State hanging within 10 or 12 or 13 throughout the late stages of this first half. Taylor to Griffin. He's got some daylight. Feeds Osterbahn for the jumper. He scores.
JP, for his size, got a real nice touch, but again, the ball movement was much better that time, Larry, than it was the last time. Terry Mills got the ball the last time. He tried to make it happen on his own, and that Michigan team doesn't function well that way.
4 minutes left in the half. Ober with a jumper. It's good. Cullen Ober having a nice afternoon. He has 12 so far. Wolverines up by 10. Cross court to Rice. In underneath it goes to Osterbahn. Can't shoot. Kicks it back out. Now Mills to Rice at the baseline. Drives. Missed the shot, but he'll go to the line. He was fouled by Cartwright, his third.
He was just an inch away from slam dunking that one again. Again, great ball movement. Ball in the middle this time to Mills. He's straddling the lane. He's looking for Rice the whole time. Glenn gets it and goes to the basket again. That was kind of a slap, cheap foul on the baseline, but again, they had to reach in there. Fouls becoming a problem here for the Jacks.
Mike Hansen, number 52, has come into the ball game for South Dakota State. See Higgins with 7 points. He got those early, and he has gotten a lot of help from his teammates since. Mike Hansen into the ball game to replace Bill Cartwright, who has 3 personals. Terry Nelson has 3. And the other big guy, Brian Flom, has 2. So as you say, and suggested before the start of the game, really. Personal fouls may be a factor in South Dakota State's ability to stay alive up front.
High rebound, Ben.
Rice is 3 for 3 at the line. He has 11 points. 42-31 Michigan with 3:37 left in the opening half. Rice, the Big Ten's choice as the player of the year in the preseason balloting, knocks down another. Time is called. We have 3:37 left in the opening half. Michigan leads it 43-31 on Pass Sports. The Michigan Wolverines in front 43-31 with 3:37 left of the opening half. Wolverines have gotten some solid work up front and some pretty decent scoring from the trio in the backcourt. Wolverines with 20 points in their guard unit so far. The Jackrabbits just 5 out court.
And then, of course, being Matthews, I think they play a one guard offense here most of the time. And Tony Matthews, who has the ball now, trying to bring it up against Ramil Robinson, is the one that's been doing all the ball handling.
Kevin Flynn, number 22, has come into the ball game for South Dakota State, a junior from Apple Valley, Minnesota. Flynn handling the ball outside, moves it along the side to Flom. That 16 seconds left in the shot clock. It's knocked out of bounds by Vaught.
6'9" freshman Mike Hansen getting some playing time here too against Mills. They tried to get the ball into him last time and couldn't quite handle it. Ramil Robinson causing some problems on the sidelines for Tony Matthews, and he gets tripped and called for traveling.
So Michigan will put it into play with 3:05 left in the opening half. Wolverines in front 43-31. It's been just about the average lead for Michigan after the halfway point. Rice slams it. Perfect fade from Higgins. And Rice coming in from the weak side got the two-hander.
Not too bad at timing on that one. Takes a lot of practice and playing together to be able to pull that thing off. I'm not sure how you defense that though, Larry.
Rice intercepts the bad pass. 3-on-2. Lead for Robinson. Underneath, fall away, tough shot. Followed in by Rice.
He started awful quiet, but he's up to 16 points in an awful hurry.
6 field goals, 4 straight to the free throw line. The Wolverines have their largest lead, 16 points.
Again, not a fast break, just great alertness by Ramil Robinson. He waited and found Higgins, and Rice gets the rebound.
Matthews, 3.5, long rebound. Robinson with a change of pace is fouled by Matthews. First personal on Tony.
Ramil Robinson has so many ways to hurt you. There again, he just out-hustles somebody for the ball when a long rebound comes out, and he goes down against Matthews when he's down there alone, and he's got such ball handling ability and jumping ability that it's tough to stop him.
Time has been called here at Crisler Arena. We have 2 minutes 7 seconds left to be played in the first half. Michigan is front 47-31. Looking into the South Dakota State huddle, the head coach there is Jim Thorson, who has really brought this program along, winning 29 of the last 39 ball games. They were 21-9 last year. Well, Pass Sports and the University of Detroit have teamed up to offer Titan and MSU fans a special offer on tickets to the December 15th matchup between Michigan State and the U of D. 1/3 off reserve ticket price. That's a $2 savings just for showing a copy of your cable bill when you purchase your tickets through the U of D box office. For more information, call the University of Detroit Athletic Department at 927-1700. That's 927-1700.
See that last alley-oop pass. It almost looked like a shot for a minute, but I think Glenn Rice knew well what was going to happen there, and with his jumping ability, Higgins sort of just gives it a shuttle push, and boom, down it goes. As I say, I'm not quite sure how anybody, regardless of their abilities, unless their timing is just right on that, is going to ever stop that play.
When play resumes, we'll have Ramil Robinson at the free throw line. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left in the opening half. Michigan leading by 16. A chance to go to 18 if Robinson converts a pair. That's the first miss this afternoon for either team at the free throw line. Robinson, a junior from Cambridge, Mass, connects on the second half. Michigan 48, South Dakota State 31. 2 minutes left in the opening half. Flom being guarded closely by Rice and knocked away by Rice, picked up by Higgins. Back to Rice. Talk about knowing where people are. Higgins knew exactly where Rice was, and when he was coming through, he's 7 for 9.
He had Ramil down there too, but he knew that Rice was coming, and it's much easier to get the ball to him and have him slam it home than it is for Ramil to get it.
Jump shot by Valentine is in. Veal Valentine, a senior from Harrisburg, South Dakota, just checked into the ball game. It's 50-33, Michigan in front. Bob Pelinka is in for the University of Michigan. Here's Robinson from outside, misses. Vaught with a rebound, scores. Loy's second basket of the day.
Again, just too much strength on the inside. You get those second line players in there for South Dakota, and they just can't compete with the strength and size of Michigan up front.
Matthews all the way to the baseline, kicks it out for Ober's jumper. It is not good. Cleared by Rice. Fouled from behind by Veal Valentine. Valentine's first personal, so it's a walk to the other end of the court with 59 seconds left in the half.
Easy to see on these last few plays as the play starts to go. Glenn Rice really gets in the flow of things, and he goes to the board and jumps so well for his size. He really covers things well. Here again, Higgins with the ball. And see him look inside, get the ball to Glenn Rice as the trailer, and boy, does he cover the territory there.
Rice at the line, shooting 1-1. Watt had the rebound momentarily and is called for a foul, reaching over the top of Cullen Ober. So we'll walk to the other end of the court, or will we? Guess not. It will be the Jacks ball under the basket. Veal Valentine will toss it in. 58 seconds left in the half.
Be 1-1 next time down. Michigan has a foul. That was only their 6th.
And it goes to Ober, puts the shot up, no good. Vaught with a rebound.
Good defensive help by Glenn Rice that time. He would have been able to go all the way to the basket on Vaught if Rice hadn't stepped in there from the backside to help out.
Shot clock is off with 32 seconds left in the half.
Michigan waiting for the last shot.
Rob Pelinka, the freshman from Lake Bluff, Illinois, operating at guard with Robinson as they move it around the perimeter. 20 seconds left in the half. They've spread everything out with Vaught patrolling the baseline at the moment. 10 seconds left in the half. Higgins checks the clock. Pelinka down the lane. Moves it off to Vaught for the jumper. Not good. And the rebound is taken at the horn by Valentine. So the first half comes to a close with Michigan well in front now by a score of 52-33. The Jackrabbits and Wolverines head to the dressing room at halftime. Bill Frieder a little unhappy that they didn't get the final 2. They may have started that play just a tad late. So the two teams go in. Michigan in front, 52-33. You're watching Passports. Michigan in front of South Dakota State University, 52-33 at halftime. Both teams have returned to the court. Second half will be getting started in just a moment or two. Here's a look at the leading scorers in the first half. And it was a great shooting percentage for the University of Michigan all through that first half of play.
Well, they continue to be above 60%, which is phenomenal, especially when they're shooting up a lot of three-point opportunities. Again, we talked a little bit about the foul problems for South Dakota State, and that will probably be the big thing that will hurt them here again in the second half.
Rebounds, of course, the edge going to the University of Michigan by 7. Turnovers are even, and Michigan getting a little more help off the bench than have the Jackrabbits. As far as the individual scores are concerned, Ober has led the Jackrabbits scoring with a dozen. Cartwright and Flom with 6 apiece. Rice with a great first half, 18 points. Robinson 12. Mills and Higgins each contributed 7 for the Maize and Blue. 52-33 is the score as we get ready for the second half of play. It'll be South Dakota State putting it into play, and it'll be Terry Nelson, the senior from Hendricks, Minnesota, putting it into play right at the timeline. Comes into Matthews, who takes it to the baseline, and he deals it off. Nelson underneath, and a fall away by Ober is good.
Starting off just where he finished the first half, Larry. He's awful impressive. I like him.
He works hard. He's just a junior. 52-35. Michigan in front. Higgins to Robinson. Takes it in for a 15-foot jump. He got it. Another guy that's kind of impressive, wouldn't you say?
He's just under control all the time. He just, does everything perfect. Not a lot of flash, just gets it done.
54-35. Wolverines in front. Ober at the free throw line. Got 2 more. 16 points for Colin Ober. Higgins picked up by Flom along the sideline. Bounce pass to Mills. He crashes into Cartwright. A shot from the corner is good by Higgins. A 3-pointer for Sean. And Michigan leads 57-37.
His first point since the first 3 baskets of the game. He got the first 7 points for Michigan. Nothing after that.
Slammed off the board, put up by Nelson, partially blocked, picked up by Ober, rolls long, cleared by Mills. Mills lead to Rice. Rice tried to hit someone coming in from the left side. I think it was Higgins, but he got held up and the ball sailed out of bounds.
I'd rather have Terry give that ball up to Ramil and let him take it because he can penetrate and make things happen and get the easy baskets inside.
Cartwright guarded by Rice. Matthews watched by Robinson. And Matthews' shot is off the front of the rim, cleared by Rice, outlet to Robinson. Cross court to Griffin. He missed the shot, and a charging foul is called on Mike Griffin. That's his second, first team foul against Michigan this half.
Mike again filling the lane real nice. See, Ramil was on the other side of the basket. He saw Rice get the rebound. He comes across to get the outlet pass. Mike charging there and trying to get the ball up. Might have been a little better off if he'd have stopped, and a little jump shot there would have been a better choice than trying to go up against the big guy.
We've got substitution coming in for South Dakota State. There was a little confusion as to whether he was going to be allowed to come in. He has. Dean Jacobson, number 12, has checked in. Jacobson played in the first half, did not score. Junior from Mitchell, South Dakota. Matthews guarded by Robinson. Feed to Nelson. Nelson to the baseline, drives, puts it up and scores beautifully. His first basket of the afternoon. He has 4 points for South Dakota State. Under to Higgins, off the glass, around, tipped and tipped again by Mills, and tipped from the right and tipped from the left, and then Mills tips it in from the right.
Made a comment before the game. We hadn't quite seen it as many times here, but it might have been a volleyball game, and it was right there. I think Mills hit that thing 4 times, and Higgins got one in there in between.
And Terry got the basket to make it 59-39. Cross court, Ober. Ball away. Rolls in and out. Rice crashes to the court and is called for traveling.
He got fouled a little bit beforehand. He's probably going to have a few choice words for the official on that one. He's up in the air and he got nudged there. When he came down, he couldn't keep his balance.
Rice having a big afternoon, has 18 points thus far. Wolverines with 10 turnovers, a couple more than the Jackrabbits. 17-15 left in the game as Matthews puts it into play. Stolen by Rice. Out it comes to Robinson. Ramil deals it off to Higgins, open in the corner, got 3 more. Well, he has been something from dead in the corner. He has 3 3-point baskets today. 62-39.
Ramil, when he gets that ball on that break, Larry, I don't know if you notice it, but he looks all the way around him. He knows where everybody on the floor is when he comes up on that break, and he's not just really going down there out of control.
I think that's the most impressive part of his game. He is completely under control. Tony Matthews is called for his second personal.
He's so quick, he's able to go down there sort of three-quarter speed, and then as soon as he needs that acceleration, he goes by people. Mike Griffin picking up the charge right there. Nice job by Mike.
62-39, Michigan in front. Robinson moves it off to Higgins, who is 3 for 4 from three-point range today. Robinson's shot not good, cleared by Griffin, puts it back up, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line.
A lot of people wonder why Mike Griffin is in the lineup as much as he is, but you watch just the subtle things. The last time he steps in front of somebody charging into the basket, draws the charge. There, the shot's missed. Mike gets the rebound, gets fouled as he goes up and goes to the foul line. Does not score a lot of points, but there are times I think when he ought to shoot the ball a little more often, and he'd get in double figures pretty easily.
Terry Nelson, who picked up his 4th personal foul, leaves the game, and Brian Flom is in to replace him.
Of course, the other comment I've heard a lot of people make about Griffin in the lineup is with all the shooters on this team, you got to have somebody that doesn't care whether he shoots the ball or not.
Somebody's got to put it into play, huh? 62-39. I'll tell you, he gives you 100%. He's hustling all the time. Gets his first point of the day, 63-39. Michigan leads. Double pressure on Cartwright, moves it out of trouble to Matthews. Up the floor to Flom, back to Matthews. Matthews tries for 3. It's a little short. Taken by Ober. Blocked and drilled out of bounds by Mills.
Thought ran through my mind. You watch Michigan here in the press most of the game. They're always up there just waiting for somebody to make a mistake, and a lot of people wonder when they get up by 20-some points why they do that. But if they don't get the opportunity to practice when the opportunity presents itself and they have to do it, very tough. Mills way up in the air and slapping that one away.
4 minutes deep into the second half. Michigan in front, 63-39. Flom being pressured by Higgins. Robinson almost got himself a steal, but instead picks up a personal, his first of the day. That's the second team foul against Michigan this half.
They contest everything. I don't know if you noticed in the last one. Every time somebody gets the ball, they're contesting them and pushing them all over.
Time is called with 4 minutes gone in the second half of play. It's Michigan 63, South Dakota State 39. We'll be back in a moment on Pass Sports.
We referred a little earlier that the volleyball game was going on. You see the shot go up here and just reflects. Mills gets one tap. Goes across, taps it again. Higgins, who shot the ball originally, gets in there, but that was Mills tapping it one more time. I'm not sure Higgins got his hand on it, but I think Mills had his hand on it every one of those times. Talk about persistence. Everybody can say he's a little overweight, but he certainly didn't stay on the floor flat-footed that time.
As big as he is, you won't hear me saying that. Here's the scoring shooting percentage by half. The Wolverines have cooled off a tad here in the second half. Loose ball, finally ripped out of there. Nope, so now it's finally picked up by Matthews. Tried to feed it off to Flom. He chases it down in the corner. Cross court to Cartwright, lets it go, and it's not good. Griffin with a rebound. Robinson lead pass, Rice. Fakes, puts it up. Not good, tips once. On the floor. Rice handles it inside to Higgins. Under to Mills, and 3 seconds are called. A little bit too much passing.
Yeah, there's a case there where the unselfishness hurt Michigan a little bit. You had a couple of guys had a chance to shoot it, but I think they're better off doing that than taking bad shots. Boy, they're really hitting the boards again there.
.15-10 left in the ball game. Right hand hook by Cartwright, not good. Followed up and in by Ober. Ober with 18 points for the Jacks. Pretty good ball player.
Yeah, he is. I was almost going to say that he's a little bit tired, but it's because he's played most of the game and against a lot of bigger players on the inside.
Cartwright steals the ball, brought up the floor by Matthews. Change of pace, but can't get rid of Robinson. He hangs on him. Round it comes to Cartwright inside. Deflected by Mills, picked up by Griffin. Robinson takes it to the baseline for a jumper. Got it. He has displayed a tremendous shooting touch this afternoon.
Just so impressed with him from last year. He's just left off the way he finished the season. Just very, very strong. He does everything right, Larry. He gets the ball very slow up there, and if there's nobody open, he takes a shot himself. Under control the whole time.
Jacobson to the baseline to Flom. His shot's not good, and a foul is called on Ober. Second personal on the big man from Glencoe, Minnesota. That's the third team foul against South Dakota State this half.
As soon as he gets a little tired, he starts to commit those silly little fouls, and Jim Thorson very alertly notices that, takes him out to give him a quick rest.
Mike Hansen, number 52, has come into the game, and Jeff Boer, number 32, has checked in for the Jacks. Loy Vaught moves it out. Kirk Taylor into the game for Michigan. Cross court. Vaught with a jumper. Got it. Tough pass. Vaught drilled it. 67-41. Wolverines in front.
Easy to see why Loy Vaught has such a high shooting percentage. He squares up to the basket just picture perfect before he releases that 15-foot jumper.
Cartwright moves it inside. Hansen has it stripped away. Dug up by Matthews. Saves it from going out of bounds. Underneath, wide open, Bill Cartwright gets his fourth field goal. He has 8 points. 67-42 Michigan.
Nice passing there by Hansen. He knew he was going to get it rejected. 3 Michigan players going after him.
Griffin's pass is knocked into the backcourt. Taylor chases it down for the Wolverines. Baseline Vaught for another jumper. Same result. Vaught has 8 points off the bench. Junior from Grand Rapids, East Kentwood. 69-43 Wolverines. Robinson almost a steal, and again he picks up the personal trying for the steal. It's his second personal both this half. Both the identical plays.
Just within a whisker of being able to steal that ball first. Tony Matthews really got his hands. Look at his hands. He's just in such perfect balance. He slaps it away a little bit there. I think he should have just been patient enough to know that he couldn't get it there and let it go at that.
Jacobson down the lane. His shot falls short. Loose ball picked up by Higgins. Here's a 3-on-2 Michigan break. Higgins threw it away.
Again, I'd have been happier if Higgins would have given the ball to Ramil right off the bat. He could have filled the lane on the other side, but you get a lot of guys in this team that like to handle the ball if they can. There are chances when they're going to have to do that, but things seem to function so much better when Robinson has the ball in his hands.
12.5 minutes left in the ball game. Michigan up 69-43. Matthews got a screen. We got a foul. On Griffin.
Intentional foul here. They're going to get 2 shots in the ball back. Larry, Mike plays pretty rough out there. He got fouled himself, and instead of just accepting it, he went ahead and slapped somebody as he went by. And you get 2 shots in the ball back.
Second personal on Mike Griffin.
Watch him when he gets picked here. He's going to get hit pretty hard coming across here by 52, and he gets mad and goes ahead and slugs him with his elbow.
Mike Hansen at the free throw line shooting the shots. Gets his first. Tom Neiman back into the ball game for the Jackrabbits, replacing Tony Matthews in the backcourt. Hansen misses the second attempt. He's a 6'9" freshman from Yankton, South Dakota.
Watch this shot again. Mike Griffin gets a little frustrated here. He gets picked pretty hard, and I think it was a moving pick. Instead of just taking and going to the basket, he commits a flagrant foul.
Inbounds pass, jumper by Jeff Boer. His first basket of the day, 69-46. Nearly 12 minutes left in the game. Vaught finally misses one, chases his own rebound, knocks it out of bounds. It'll be South Dakota State's ball.
Wasn't quite set as much on that one to my liking as he was on the other ones, and again just a tad bit off on the shot. And that technique for him, I think, is the most important thing. If he gets squared up and balanced up from 15 feet, he can shoot as well as anyone.
Neiman working against Robinson brings it across the line for the Jackrabbits. Feeds Cartwright. He's had a strong game for the Jacks this afternoon. Jacobson outside. Boer against Griffin. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Goes inside to Hansen. Not good. Pulled down by Loy Vaught.
So you watch that Mike Hansen. He's the one that set that screen on Griffin that got Griffin so mad as Higgins unloads a three-pointer.
Vaught now with 6 rebounds and adds 2 more. Total of 10 points for Loy. 6 boards and 10 points off the bench. Pretty good afternoon. 71-46, Michigan in front. 11 minutes left. Wide open. Hansen missed the easy lay-in.
Started to say, Larry, you watch Hansen on the inside. He's setting some pretty tough illegal picks in there, and I think it's going to frustrate the Michigan players quite a bit. But he's 6'9", 230-pound freshman. I think he's got a great future ahead of him.
Time is out at Crisler Arena. 11:05 left in the game. The Wolverines lead it 71-46. Our next telecast of collegiate basketball is set for Monday evening. The University of Tampa Spartans come to town to take on the Michigan Wolverines, and we'll have it for you live from Crisler Arena. Airtime 7:30 here on Pass Sports. Blocked beautifully by Vaught. Brought down the floor by Taylor. Into Rice. Rice is hammered. Woo. Ober came roaring in from the left side and really blasted Glenn Rice. 3rd personal on Ober.
I think that was probably a piece of his being rejected at the other end by Loy Vaught. Went up and just would not let the bigger Ober go after him. Kirk Taylor looking for Rice the whole time down here. Nice job by the junior.
Terry Nelson in the ball game for South Dakota State. He replaces Dean Jacobson.
What's this blocking here? Keeps his body away, hits the ball. Great defensive job by Loy Vaught. Glenn Rice again starting slow here the second half, hasn't scored.
He has 19 points today.
Started slow the first half too, and all of a sudden, boom, he just explodes on you.
Hits 2 in a row at the free throw line. He's 6 for 7 from the stripe. Michigan 73-46 lead. Double pressure on Cartwright, needs help. Now brought across the timeline from Neiman, feeds Nelson, and the ball is stripped away. Brought up the floor by Palinka. Down to Mills in the right corner. Rice underneath, bounced it off his knee and out of bounds. He was going to lay a little move on Cullen Ober, but he lost possession of the ball. Out it comes to Neiman. 3-on-1 break, left side. Nelson missed the lay-in, tipped in by Ober. 20 points for Cullen Ober. 73-48. Michigan in front, 10-19 left in the game. Inside it goes to Vaught, put it up off balance, gets his own rebound and stripped away from him. And Bill Cartwright comes up with it.
Michigan going inside a little more this half and not coming out with any positive results, but I think they've got to do that a little more with their size up front.
Neiman looking inside. Gets the screen, and it's knocked away from behind, but picked up by Nelson, and he scores. John Higgins got a hand on it, knocked the ball free, but Nelson was right there to get an easy 2. Rice, Palinka, down to Taylor. Under it goes to Mills. We got 2 players down underneath the backboard, and the shot is good, 3-pointer.
Kirk Taylor stepping up and nailing that one.
Nelson was having trouble getting up. He had gotten pretty well blasted under there. And another foul is called. This will be on Kirk Taylor, his second. That is the 5th team foul against the University of Michigan. Ramil Robinson comes back into the ball game for Michigan. He'll replace Taylor. And going out is Tom Neiman. In to replace him is Terry Nelson after a very brief respite.
Again, Michigan not successful on the inside, and they get good ball moving the last time down, Larry, and Taylor nails that three-pointer.
Matthews back into the ball game for South Dakota State. 8:56 left in the game. Jumper by Boer. Not good. Rebound by Cartwright. Tried to feed it back to Nelson, who was busting down the baseline, but was knocked out of bounds. It'll be Michigan's ball.
Big 6'8" Cartwright trying to be a little fancy behind his back there and whistle it right out of bounds.
Rob Palenka, the freshman from Lake Bluff, Illinois, getting some playing time this afternoon, operating at a guard spot. Inside the Mills, right hand partial hook, grabbed by Vaught, puts it back up, fed in. Loy Vaught with 12 points. Michigan leads by 28. Matthews at the baseline is fouled by Robinson. Third personal on Ramil.
Going to put the Jacks back on a foul line here. I'll tell you that Matthews is pretty swift there. Ramil didn't go for the fake that time, and a little touch foul as he was releasing that last shot.
Vaught 6 for 10 in field goal attempts with 7 rebounds for the Wolverines this afternoon.
It's a tough stretch for Michigan, Larry. We got them again Monday night. That'll be 3 games in 4 days for the Wolverines.
Well, they had a night game followed by an afternoon game. They'll practice tomorrow and then play again on Monday evening. 7:30 is their time Monday night here on Pass Sports. Tony Matthews at the free throw line. Rolls out, Vaught with another rebound for Michigan. Lead pass for Rice in the corner. Back out to Vaught. Nice move. Puts it up and in. Vaught with 14.
He was a half an inch away from slamming that one home.
80-51, 8 minutes left in the ball game.
Tell you one thing, once you miss at the offensive end, no matter who you are, you got to watch Michigan because you're going to wind up getting a fast break or a transition basket.
A great tip on the right side for Mike Hansen. They're going to give it to Boer. Foul is called. 7:40 left to be played. We got a South Dakota player writhing a little bit. Colin Ober a little slow in getting up. Rob Palenka is charged with a personal foul. Now time is called. We have 7:40 left in the game. Michigan is front 80-53. You're watching Pass Sports. Don't forget now, Pass Sports and the University of Detroit have teamed up to offer Titan and MSU fans a special offer on tickets to the December 15th matchup at Callahan Hall between MSU and U of D. 1/3 off the reserve ticket price. That's a $2 savings for just showing a copy of your cable bill when you purchase your tickets through the U of D box office. For more information, call the U of D Athletic Department at 927-1700. 927-1700. Ober and Rice, each with 20, leading their respective teams with 7.5 minutes left in this ball game. Deflected away by Vaught, who's had a great ball game. Here's Robinson, feeds Vaught, puts it up and scores. Great pass from Ramil Robinson, and Loy Vaught now has 16 points.
Again, Robinson was close enough. He probably could have laid that in himself, but very unselfish, and he knew where Vaught was the whole time since he got the ball at the other end of the floor.
J.P. Osterbond into the ball game now. Bad pass intercepted by Palenka. Here's Osterbond motoring, feeds it underneath to Rice. He takes it to the corner, cross court to Vaught. Vaught to Rice, puts it up, in and out. Osterbond scores. 84-53, Wolverines, 6:42 left.
Almost sounds like booze in the background. I think they're saying ooh, ooh for Oosterbaan.
Off the glass and in, 2 points for Tony Matthews. He has 5 points for South Dakota State. Rice to Palenka. Osterbond looks outside. Vaughn with a jumper, got it.
You could write a textbook off watching him shoot that jump shot.
Vaught with 18 points for Michigan. 6 for 8 here in the second half from the floor. Ober double team, finally springs free, puts it up and scores. 22 points for Cullen Ober. He's had a strong game. He's averaging 15 coming in with a season's high of 20, so he has surpassed it. Bought under to Osterbein. Lobs it to the far side. Bad pass deflected. Another bad pass rolling on the floor. Picked up by Robinson. 3-on-2. Ramil dishes it off. Slammed by Vaught. Loy Vaught with 20 points.
Again, Ramil Robinson, he knew who he wanted to get that ball to, and Vaught obliged him when he gave it to him. Another assist for Robinson.
Following no good, and Buck with another rebound. Loy has brought this crowd to its feet at Crisler Arena. Ramil Robinson all the way, missed the shot, and pulled off the boards by Cartwright. 4:57 left in the game. Michigan leading 88-57, and time is called by the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. 4:53 left. The Wolverines are in front, 88-57. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Pass Sports.
There you're going to see Vaught come in here and get that slam. What makes that so difficult for the defense is they got to come and get Ramil. He's in there, penetrates into about 8 feet. You watch this again from a different angle, and Vaught gets it that close. The high percentage is naturally going to be there, but he's 10 out of 14, 20 points, 9 rebounds. That's not too bad coming off the bench.
An outstanding performance by Loy Vaught, the junior from East Kentwood High School. Michigan in front, 88-57, with 4:46 left in the ball game.
Jim Thornton wanted to get his team to stop running with Michigan. He said, just slow things down a little bit here, otherwise it's going to be worse than it is.
From long range, Nelson's shot no good, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Michigan's ball. Kirk Taylor operating in a guard spot now. John Higgins back in. J.P. Osterbein stays on, as do Rice and Mills. Taylor looking inside. Now gives it to Higgins. Higgins works to the baseline and scores. Tough shot for Sean Higgins, but he got it down. And it's 90-57 Wolverines.
Again, good man-to-man pressure by South Dakota State, but just the individual ability of Higgins again gets that jumper off on the baseline.
Hansen moves it off to Matthews. Matthews lost the ball. Rice picks it up. Look out. He was fouled by Tony Matthews. Rice will try for a three-point play.
The only thing Matthews avoided there was giving him a little chance for a dunk. I don't think there was any chance of stopping him in that situation, but again, you just always cringe a little bit and hope that you don't get an injury in this situation. Taylor deflecting the ball from the back, Len getting it just going coast to coast on his own. Look at the strides. He covers about 12 feet every time he took it. He slapped him actually in the face there. He had no chance of deflecting the ball.
Rice converts a three-point play to run his total to 23 points for the afternoon. 93-57, Michigan in front, 3.5 minutes left. Over the top, broken up, but picked up by Hansen. Hansen again is fouled. This will be against Kirk Taylor, his third.
There aren't any easy uncontested shots against this Michigan team. They really do a good job of complementing each other and helping each other on the weak side. And again, to be repetitive, but they don't let anybody take an easy one inside.
At the free throw line is Mike Hansen, the 6'9" freshman from Yankton, South Dakota. Score is 93-57, Michigan, 3:19 left. Hansen hits 1 of 2. Taylor to Rice. Taken away by Nelson. 3 minutes left in the game. Dumped off to Hansen, and he rolls it in. Mike Hansen's first basket of the night, afternoon. 93-60, Michigan leads. Kirk Taylor gives it to Terry Mills. Into the corner, out of bounds.
Terry Mills, I think, outsmarted himself there. He had him beat if he'd just kept going to his right, and he double pumped there and didn't go anywhere.
Colin Ulbrich comes into the game to replace Mike Hansen for the Jackrabbits. Mark Messner, the Michigan football stars. A lot of former stars here today taking in today's game. Rice, Higgins, intended for Osterbahn, knocked into the air and brought down by Matthews. 2-on-1. Lead for Nelson. Missed the shot. He was fouled. 2:16 left, and Nelson will go to the line. Loy Vaught, who got a breather, is up off the bench along with Palenka and Demetrius Caleb to come in, and Vaught gets another huge ovation. He's had a terrific second half. Going out are Higgins, Rice, and Mills. Strong performances all.
Higgins overpassing a little bit that last time. He's only 6-8 feet from the basket. As good a shooter as he is, he tries to get it inside just a little bit closer.
Good shot.
16 of Vaught's total of 20 have come here in the second half. Nelson shooting 2 for the Jackrabbits. 3 for 3 at the free throw line. There are Vaught's totals. 10 for 14 from the floor. Nelson hits a pair. 93-62, Michigan with 2:15 left in the game. Brought down by Caleb. Caleb, a sophomore from Flint Northern. Across to Osterbahn. Osterbahn goes past over and scores. 6 points for JP.
People forget J.P. Osterbahn used to bring the ball up offensively for his high school team, so even though he's 6'10", can handle the ball.
Osterbahn clears the missed shot. And brings the ball up the floor for the Wolverines, too. Here's Vaught. Fakes, hooks, got it! Roy Vaught can do no wrong, and they're on their feet again at Crisler Arena. 9 for 11 in the second half.
Starts hitting jump hooks, you know things are going his way.
It's so. Across to Cartwright, and he gets the basket. He'll go to the line. He was hammered by Osterbahn. Cartwright with 10 points. 97-64 the score. 1:25 left.
Michigan with a chance to go over the century mark again this evening. 3 more points will do it for them.
Knocked onto the board and pulled off by Loy Vaught. Caleb to Osterbahn. From long range, Palenka. 3-pointer, and that's the century mark. 100-64 as Palenka hits the 3-pointer for the Wolverines. 2 for Flom. 1 minute left in the game. Here's Vaught. He is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
He's so strong, I don't think I'd even try and block his shot. I think people just bounce off him like water off a duck's back when they try and do anything with Loy Vaught. He's having a career night for himself. He's just really pumping them in.
Loy Vaught will go to the free throw line for the first time this afternoon. He'll shoot 2. 100-66 is our score.
Loy can tie his high ever here at Michigan with making this next foul shot.
Mark Koenig is coming into the game for Michigan. Osterbahn is out. Koenig, junior from Los Angeles, California. Vaught got it. 22 for Loy Vaught. 50 seconds left to be played. Nice play as Nelson goes in. Missed the layup, however. Grabbed by Neiman. Feeds Cartwright. Long rebound knocked into the hands of Taylor. Left side, a drive. Taylor missed the shot. Followed in by Taylor. 104-66 with 28 seconds left. Out it comes to Nelson. Shot is short, taken by Ober. He puts it up. Tipped by Cartwright. Grabbed by Vaught. 3 seconds left. Palenka feeds Vaught. And he missed it at the horn. Well, that's just about all that he has missed this afternoon. He hasn't missed many rebounds. He hadn't missed many shots. He wound up with a total of 24 points today as Michigan blew out South Dakota State 104-66 before a near capacity crowd here at Crisler Arena. So the University of Michigan tacks on another victory, and we'll come back against the University of Tampa on Monday evening, and we'll have all of the action for you here on Pass Sports.